Hi guys, this is Art Guy Ashish. I'm going to teach you how to edit your logo in Illustrator. I just did a rough sketch and I'm just going to teach you little bit basic of how to use the pen tool, the brush tool and little bit of how to use Illustrator. And because this is a new thing in my channel, so I guess I should not be showing myself. You got to take a new document by pressing Ctrl N, or you can use the file option to take a new document, but by pressing Ctrl N you can take a new document and then go to this sort of thing called custom, and in that place you can customize your own size like how I'm doing here, 2000 by 2000. You can customize it. I have already done this here. You can customize it, and while you click to create, it'll create a new document. And because I'm showing you this here, and it's just easy, this part is easy, but the next part is a little bit tough. So I'm going to show you using it very easily. And Illustrator is easy actually. If you know Photoshop, Illustrator is easy, but to know Photoshop you need to learn Illustrator. So first thing first, I have taken my sketch in Illustrator. I went to the layer part. I just had to lock this because the whole thing. If you don't lock this will be moving around like an animation part. So this is just a rough sketch that I basically drew on a paper, on a bit of a paper, and then you know how things are going to be. So just keep watching the video, and I'll be explaining in between whatever things I'm using, and the shortcuts also will be there, so how you can use it. So stay tuned and stay focused. So it's not working actually because the layer is being locked. So what you got to do is go back to the layers and create a new layer. So once you create a new layer, you will get an option like this. This is a blank layer. So there is nothing being drawn here. So you can't click here. If you click here, nothing will be showing here. But until you click here, there will be an option here, because this part is where you started it. So I have used pen tool in Photoshop also, so you know how the system goes on. But in Photoshop you will have to click alter and break this part. Like you will have to click alter and break this part, but in this it's flexible. You don't need to click alter and break this. You just need to click on this directly and break it. That's it. This is how Illustrator is very simple than Photoshop. So I'm going to start just creating the face and using the pen tool, just the outer line of the face using the pen tool. And while you use the outer line part, make sure the fill layer is locked, it's off. You can put it none here, and the outer line layer is on. Just make this sure. You can click alter and roll the scroller on the mouse to zoom in and zoom out, or you can click Ctrl plus to zoom in and to zoom out. So let's start it using the pen tool, creating the whole outer line only of the face. As you can see, I have done the outer layer and closed the eye of the sketch. So when this part is done, uh, it's just the basic that you created the outer line. Now you need to fill color inside this. So check out the color of a skin, how it would be little bit orange, little bit yellowish. So you can mix up this color, or mix it and take up a new color, or else you can create your own color. You can go to the color palette where you click none, and then you can add your own color scheme here. But well, I have already added one here. That's You can even adjust it from here, this color gradients. But all you got to do, it won't work until you click here and then you apply it here like this. It won't work until you click. It won't work because the thing is that when you go back to the layers and if you select it here, the orange line or the red button will go off because you're not selecting the layer. You're just selecting somewhere outside and then you're clicking the color palette. So it won't work. This is simple basic how Illustrator works. So as per I have got the color of the skin tone here, basically how I wanted it. I am again going to close this layer because we have to start the detail of the beard, the hair and the other hair which is coming off the cap or hat. I don't know what you call that, cap or hat. I don't know. Let's do it. Let's do it. Just watch the video. Let's do it. Here I am doing the same process, taking a new layer and then starting with the pen tool. You can do the same. Take a new layer, start it with the pen tool. Oops, but the skin color is a different color and the beard color is different. So it is not completely coming. So what you got to do is go back to the fill color. You can even click X and go to the fill color and then you can change this color to black. So it will change automatically here. And then let's do it. If you feel that the hair part is behind the ears, what you got to do is again go back to this outer layer, that is strokes, and just turn it off. And then, sorry, don't turn this off, leave this on and turn the fill. You can even go to X and turn this off. So it will again come back to strokes, then you can complete your ear part. Once you are done with this, then again fill it. Once you are done with this, go back to layers. First, to zoom out, you got to press Ctrl minus to zoom out or click Alt and scroll it out. Once you are done with this, open this layer. So you will have some kind of this option. Now what I want to do is I want to adjust all this properly. All this hair is okay because there is a hat coming out here, but I want to adjust this part properly. First I want to take this down. So what I got to do is click on this layer, click it and pull it down. So it'll go down. Now I want only this part up. So what you got to do is click the beard part, take it inside this. So it will go inside, it will go invert to another layer, but this hair will be on the back side. Now you can adjust it by using the A tool. I really don't know what name is this, but yeah, direct selection tool. You can just zoom it again, Control plus, and set this as you like it. Set it as you like it, how it should be on the back because the hair comes back. And once you are done with this, zoom it out, zoom it out, zoom it out. Now I don't want this outer layer I don't want the strokes on the face because strokes is not useful for me. So I again went back to this, clicked on this and I offed it. So it become an object now that is not having strokes and it looks nice because logo obviously look nice without strokes. That's the basic thing, and later on you can add the details and all the other stuffs on this. So what I did the next is I again turned on this. Now it looks like a picture that has half sketch and half vector art, and I don't want to be using this for my printing purpose or visiting card purpose. I don't want to be using this kind of a logo which has half sketch. No one will understand. Everyone will think, what kind of a logo is this? What kind of a logo is this? So I need to create a face, and if you see some person without eyes, nose, mouth and having a little bit beard, having hair, it looks strange. So, what I need to do is create eyes, nose, mouth, and the other details. So, it's better I don't talk, I just show you how I did it. It's just a use of pen tool and the brush tool, but first I'm just going to teach you how to use the pen tool, because pen tool is important in Illustrator, and it plays a basic role in Illustrator, and that's why I'm just going to show you. And it's been a lot of time I'm just explaining something, so I think I go deep down inside the artwork and show you how it is done in Illustrator. So I guess I don't do much of talking. While you're done with the whole outer layer of the whole face thing on the logo side, now you got to add details. Now for the detail part, remember that you use your brush tool or the pen tool, or if you're good at brush tool you can use the brush tool. Well, I am good at brush tool because in Illustrator it's been a long time for me, so I'm good at brush tool in Illustrator. So I'll be using the brush tool in Illustrator, and I'll also be showing you how to use the pen tool in Illustrator. Now for the detail part, what we got to do is again close the main layer of the face. Now I want some highlight here and this nose part completely here, so it could show me that, so it could show me the whole story that my logo has a complete face, and it's actually my face, so it's in a cartoon form. And I wanted to show a little bit of hair in here also, which I didn't create right now. You can see it in the further part when I create it. And if you don't want it to be created, then you can leave it. And I also want to create a nice little pencil here, which I use actually as a pencil artist I am, and a paintbrush here. So what you got to do, first thing, you can go to internet and download a vector paintbrush or a vector pencil, or you can create it. The basic thing is that you create it, don't go to internet and do all these things. And we need to create our cute little eyes, little bit of a smile, and the detail. So what you got to do is just turn all the other things off, even the specs, and then now create a new layer and take this layer above. You can even name all these layers like specs. Layer 1 can be something like a face with the beard, and all this you can write it. But right now for the basic part, I'm not doing anything much in this. I'm just going to show you a little bit of basics, how you can use Illustrator and how you can create cool kinds of logo one after the other. And basic things about Illustrator is how you can use the lighting in the logo that you use. And there is 3D effect also in Illustrator, but I'm just going to show you the basic part, because this is a tutorial, as I promised, just for teaching how to use the basics of Illustrator. And the important part about Illustrator, I forgot to say, I forgot to say this. Oops, not a single dirty word. I forgot to say this, that Illustrator is a vector-based software, vector-based software, and Illustrator is very importantly used for printing stuffs like visiting card and all the other stuffs. So most probably you can use Illustrator to create logo, to create some other vector art that you ever wanted to use it. And most probably if you're a good graphic designer, you can use it for a lot of things. Well, I talk too much, so I think I just got to just put a full stop to my mouth and start this artwork again. To create this smile, I again took my pen tool and I easily gradually just clicked it here and took it as a smile. Again, I locked this up. I took this pen tool properly and then I ended it clicking to this. And once I was satisfied with this, I even changed the color because my color of the lips is not something bluish, it's actually white, not white, it's actually black. Pronunciation problem. I mean, not pronunciation, spelling problem. Once I was satisfied with this, I went to strokes and you can use this wide profile and then increase the density to a smile. So, this is how you use a smile, and this is actually a stroke. So, when you make it smaller, it will become thick and the density will change. So, what you got to do about this is go to object and expand everything, like expand it. Once you expand it, it will become an object. So now there won't be anything else. The strokes become an object. It become your smile and you stole your smile. Oh yeah. The same thing I did for the chin, and once you're done with this, you can adjust your beard with the lips. Once you're done with adjusting all the parts you wanted the outer line, you can also adjust it all over the image, sorry, all over the object of the face. Right now we need the face actually, because I'm very much interested to create characters in Illustrator, and that's my favorite part. Cartoon is my favorite part, and that's why my logo is also a cartoon. So then I started to create the whole object that I showed you in the sketch with the outer line. Using a pen tool, you can create this, or using, I'm creating from the nose part again the whole object using my pen tool. I'm just creating rough because once it's an object, you can adjust everything properly. Once you are done adjusting all the outer layers of the logo, once you are done after that, go back to the sketch, turn it off. You can see this kind of very cartoonic look and a cartoonic feel. Once you are done with this, I am just going to teach you how to do the highlight now. The eye part is also important. Yeah, that's what I'm going to teach you. Now for the eye part, go to the tool that says rectangle tool that shows you an rectangle option. Go to this and click on ellipse tool, and once you click on that, go back to this, create a new layer, zoom in, control plus, and scroll it down completely to this. Take an eye, take an eye, fill it. You can push this little option to go from strokes to fill. You can use this small option, or if you want to go back to the original, you can click on this always. Once you're done with this, you know that eyes in the cartoon may be black sometimes, but if you are watching too much of cartoon, then you will understand that there is little bit of highlight in this. So what you got to do is just click on this and there is an option called copy, but it's not showing here. Or you can do one thing, control C here, and then brush here somewhere. Where did that option even go actually? Just press control V here, you will get another duplicate eye. And what you got to do is make this smaller than the before, and then click on this again on the color palette, selective color picker, and go to white, click on this and take it before, and there you have your eyes. Twink twink, this is your eyes. And then you can zoom out, control minus, you will have a logo like this. And as per I said, I will teach you how to do the brush tool part also. The brush tool part. So this is how I created my logo. This is actually basic. You can do all the other things in the whole world. You can add a pencil here. Yeah, for the pencil part, I'll teach that also. Now for the detail, what I did is, I'm just showing you this part is basic. This part is basic, so don't use this part, okay? I'm just creating a dummy light. So this is the, what can I say? Just going to show you how to create highlight in Illustrator. Pretty basic. Just going to teach you that. For that I need to do a little bit of operation. Yeah, so this is a dummy light. Now if the light is falling from here, then the shadows will be under the nose, under the specs, in the beard little bit, in the hair little bit lighting. But you can use any kind of a light. I'm just showing you, for showing you, I'm just using an yellow color, or what you call as orange color light. But I think this is yellow. Yeah, this is yellow. Yeah, I'm just showing you this with this. This is just a demo piece that the lighting falls from here, so the shadow will fall under this. Now to create that, you can use the brush tool or the pen tool to create that, but what I basically do is I use the pen tool to create the shadows, but some shadows are very minute, so you can use the brush tool. Like in the sense, if I say, you can use the brush tool just to create one thing like this. And once you're creating this, once you create this, it'll be a stroke actually. Then you can go back to this, take this, and then go back to brush definition, or I don't know what you call this, basic, and go to basic, and then go to uniform, go to the first option that says width profile 1, click on that and increase the strokes, increase it nicely, and then you can settle this in your hair. I'll show you properly how to settle it. Just give me a minute. Like this, and this would give you a very cool feel that your logo is having a 2D effect. When shadows are there in a photograph, it will give you an effect that object is standing there. In the same way, when shadows are there on the logo or whatever logo you create, if you're creating something cool, like say if you're creating something like a cartoon character of your logo, then you probably need shadow in that, and you probably need highlight. So this part is called the highlight. Now I need to create a shadow here. So what I did is, I clicked on the pen tool, again zoomed in, control plus, and then I clicked here, and this time I took it properly. I just generated my pen tool in the way I wanted it. Once I was done, I went back to the foreground and the background background, the strokes part. I just fixed this, and then what I did is I clicked on this, I went to opacity, reduced it as I wanted. But shadows wouldn't be in this color, so shadows would be in black color or gray color. Most probably it'll be in gray, so you can use this kind of colors by clicking on this option. There is no shortcut for this. I mean, you can create any shortcuts, but you can use this, and there you have your shadow. Now you can create the shadow under your nose in this cartoon character, under your specs in this cartoon character, wherever you like it, you can create it. And as per, this is just basic. I'm going to go deeper how to create even the brush tool. It's basic, you can even create it. See, you can see a brush tool here. You just see this option. How do this look? This look like a paintbrush. So what I got to do is I need to create a paintbrush. So what I did is I went to this line segment tool. I just took a line, and this is actually strokes now. You can, if you click on this, it will become a strokes. So once it become a stroke, I went to this option. I made it into like a brush kind of a stuff, and then you can again create it little bit longer however you wanted it, and then create it little bit more, create it little bit how much ever you wanted it. Once you're satisfied, then take your brush tool again, your very best friend brush tool. I was going to say brush tool. Then create it in the shape of the brush. Once you're done, then the same basic. Fill it with whatever colors you like. Then you just need to do one thing, object, and expand this. Once you're done, then make it into a smaller shape that you wanted it, and there you have your brush tool that you can set it here as you wanted it. And that's it for today. I just wanted to show you a little bit of how I used my sketch to make it into a formation of a logo. I know people may be saying that this is rubbish and whatever you create is nothing, but at least I helped you to create this much. You can create anything in Illustrator like I did mine. I took a lot of time and I spent hours to create this, and I even added the highlight in the brush tool in the brush properly. Actually, I made the brush like I showed you, and then I used all the highlight here, zigzag highlight, like how the cartoon has. See the cartoon, you will learn how to create this. Then I added little bit color in the ear, little bit highlights on the specs. I made little bit oval shape before the specs so it would look like glasses, and then I added a circle. You can know that as eclipse tools, and I added a little bit of strokes on that so it give a feel that this is my logo. So you can create your own logo, but don't steal my logo. Don't steal it. It's been copyrighted. Please don't steal it. That's it for today. Bye bye. Life tip that I wanted to give you for today is that focus on time, and time is not only money, time is also creativity. You create yourself, you can be someone bigger in life. You make yourself something useful in this life. And most importantly, not only making yourself useful is important, you need to focus first on God and ask Him to help you. In all your situations, you may be pushing down, people may come over you and crush you down. But always remember, God is there with you and He is going to help you out in all your situations that are being put in your life. Life is a struggle. So don't think life is a simple gift that I'm just rolling up the dice and throwing it, and some number will come and I will walk on that number. It's not like this. Life is a struggle. You need to face it with the help of God. Go to God when you find any kind of situations that is totally rusted. You run to the Lord and He is calling you, so run to Him. Bye bye.